There have been a total of 95 mythic weapons in Fortnite, with some being really good and some being really bad. In this video, I will be ranking the top 15 mythic weapons in Fortnite. It is also worth noting that I will only be ranking weapons in this video, not heals. If you would like to see a heals ranking, then be sure to comment down below and I will make a video about it. Anyway, without further ado, let's get right into it. Number 15. Iron Man Repulsors. The Iron Man Repulsors were alright, I guess. They only did 35 damage and had a fire rate of 1 shot per second. You could also use them to float and fly in the air. There's really not much to say about this one, so let's just move on. Number 14. Shockwave Hammer. The Shockwave Hammer was released in Chapter 4 Season 1, and it was good. This acted as a mobility item, as well as a fairly good weapon. The mythic version of this item was the Ageless Champion's Shockwave Hammer. This did 75 damage the first time you hit them and 125 the second. One of the biggest advantages that this hammer had was breaking down builds. This did 400 damage on the first slam and 600 on the next. One of the only downsides to this is that there were many times in the animations when you used it that you were frozen and couldn't really control it. This was very powerful if you knew how to use it well. Number 13. Deu Smash. The Deu Smash is basically a weaker version of the Kamehameha. It took longer to get to its target, and it also was not controllable after you shot it. You could only carry one of them, and it has 3 charges with a 20-second cooldown. It did a good amount of damage, and also could go through any structure it faced. This is also shorter range than the Kamehameha. Number 12. Lightsabers. Lightsabers were added to the game in Chapter 2 Season 1 and were a really big deal. Star Wars is one of the biggest franchises in history, and when it was added to Fortnite, it was crazy. There are many different types of lightsabers, all with different force abilities, and these are pretty powerful. It depends on how you use them, but they can do a lot of damage. They can also block bullets. They're really fun to use, but still, there's more to be seen. Number 11. Bender's Shiny Metal Ray Gun. Bender's Shiny Metal Ray Gun was added in Chapter 4 Season 3 and was OP. It can do 196 damage per second and was really good for controller players. Sure, it only did 13 damage per hit, but it had really fast fire rate, so it didn't matter. It did have a cooldown time if you used it for too long, but still, it was pretty good. Number 10. Iron Man Unibeam. The Iron Man Unibeam was a superpower that was added in Chapter 2 Season 4. You could get it by eliminating the Iron Man boss in Stark Industries. This shot from your chest and could blast through 2 layers of structures. This will do 90 damage to the people that it hits. It also had a cooldown time of 35 seconds. This was pretty good, but still not as good as our number 9 spot. Number 9. Kamehameha. Now that we are past the top 10, let's get into the Kamehameha. This is a very powerful mythic that is similar to the Deu Smash, but in my opinion is much better. This item was introduced in Chapter 3 Season 3. Like the Deu Smash, it has 3 charges and shoots a laser-like beam that will break through builds and do incredible amounts of damage. This is also similar to the Iron Man Unibeam. The only problem with this is that it leaves you vulnerable in the air for multiple seconds. Number 8. Kit's Charged Shotgun. Kit's Charged Shotgun was added to the game in Chapter 2 Season 3 and is super powerful. This shotgun is literally just a really powerful charged shotgun. If you charge it up and hit a headshot, then it can one-pump. Its damage drop-off is really big though, while going down 90% at 10 meters. It is still very powerful, but not quite as powerful as the next one. Number 7. Thor's Mjolnir Strike. The Thor's Mjolnir Strike is extremely powerful, mainly because of its ability to break through all builds in its path. You could get this item in Chapter 2 Season 4 and was obtained from the Stark supply drones. Though it only did 60 damage, you could break someone down with this item incredibly easy, and it made this very annoying to fight against. It had a cooldown time of 25 seconds, and if someone is even close to the hammer when it hits the ground, they will take damage. Number 6. Enhanced Havoc Shotgun. The Enhanced Havoc Shotgun was added in Chapter 4 Season 2 and is one of the most powerful shotguns in the game. This shotgun could one-pump and hit for a whopping 210 damage to the head. It does not have a very fast fire rate, but because of its extreme damage, it is worth it. This shotgun was extremely overpowered, and I wish it stayed in the game longer than it did. Number 5. Infinity Gauntlet. Though this item was not in Battle Royale, it was still a fun addition to the game. It came with the Infinity Gauntlet LTM and was super overpowered. This gave you 1000 health, which made you very powerful. If you pick this up, you'll become Thanos and use his abilities. There was only one of them in the match, and it spawned at a random point. You could also collect all of the different Infinity Stones and make you even more powerful. This was extremely cool. Number 4. Foundation's MK7 AR. The Foundation's MK7 Assault Rifle is one of the most powerful ARs in the game. It was introduced in Chapter 4 Season 3 and does a whopping 209 damage per second. You zoom all the way into the scope, making it very easy to aim with. It does have a lot of recoil, but that does not matter that much with the amount of damage it does. You could get this from the vaults that you had to heist it from in Chapter 4 Season 4. This is perfect for all controller players. You could spray with it and abuse aim assist. Number 3. Sky's AR. This weapon was introduced in Chapter 2 Season 2 and was obtained by eliminating Sky. This thing shredded, doing 222 damage per second. This is a hit scan gun with first shot accuracy. Damage falloff also only started at 50 meters. This was very powerful, especially with first shot accuracy, but not even close to as powerful as the next one. The Infinity Blade was extremely powerful, but does often get a bad rap for ruining a tournament. When you pick up the Infinity Blade, you drop everything in your inventory, including mats. This has multiple attacks, but if you get knocked while using the blade, you will drop it, and it will shoot a blue light into the sky. Upon picking up the blade, you are given a total of 400 HP and gain 1 HP per second. You can move 30% faster while using the blade, and gain 50 HP for every elimination. In Season 7, it was added to the top of the mountains at Polar Peaks. In one of the first big Fortnite tournaments, for some reason, the Infinity Blade was available. It was vaulted very quickly, mainly because of the community backlash to some using it to go from 4 to 12 kills very quickly. Though this one is controversial, it is still not as powerful as the number 1 spot. Number 1. Midas Drum Gun. The Midas Drum Gun is widely regarded as the best weapons in Fortnite history. It was added in Chapter 2 Season 2 and was super broken. Though it only did 204 damage per second, its magazine size is much higher than Sky's AR. It is also good for destroying builds. In Chapter 2 Season 2, you had to get this weapon from the Midas NPC at the agency. You could get it in Chapter 4 Season 4 from any of the heists or from the Mythic Grab Bag Augment. This weapon is extremely powerful and is one of the most favorited guns in Fortnite history. A great gun from a great character. We'll see if he comes back. There have been many mythic weapons in Fortnite, but we all know mythic weapons are a huge part of the game and it would be much more boring without them. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe, and as always, have a great rest of your day.